welcome to Yarns from the South.
My name's Vanessa.
And my name's Sue.
And we are a niche, yarny, crafty podcast coming to you
from the bottom of the South Island in Invercargill on a beautiful Invercargill day.
Oh, it's a gorgeous autumnal day. Yeah, definitely.
And we've had some great weather, so this is not a whinge, this is just an observation. Yeah.
Right, well, here we are again.
Yeah.
It is May, and I don't think we actually put out a podcast in April. Or we put a podcast out, but it was the March podcast. So, whoopsie, it's been a bit of a moment, but that's okay. We're here now.
Here we now. Here we now.
Here we now.
Here we now. Yes. So, yeah.
How have you been, Sue?
Well, I was lucky enough to go to 45 degree fibre.
You lucky thing.
Yeah, at the beginning of May, so that was a couple of weekends ago, which was amazing. And big shout out to Amy and Michelle and Sarah who organised it. It was amazing. I didn't go last year, so I couldn't compare, but it was great. It was a great variety of vendors, really cool atmosphere, great food, also a bit of an autumnal day. It was awesome. So big wave to them. I think they did an awesome job. So had a lovely time. So may have an acquisition or two.
They might have a few. I of course did not make it over. My youngest Jack had just had surgery. He was day 2 post-op. So, and he had thought that he might be all keen, but actually on the day he was not quite as sensitive and tender. So that was cool. We just stayed home and hung out, and it was a good day to hang out at home because it was quite a rainy, nasty day, but that's okay.
I video called you.
Yes, and Sue's taken some footage, so we might either tack that on to the end of this episode, or if it's a bit long, we might pop it onto its own little, wee mini clip. We'll check that out at the end. Anyway, should we crack into it?
Yeah.
Do you want to show your acquisitions first, or do you want to leave that till last?
Oh, I'll go in the order.
What's the usual order? Finished?
Finished, and I haven't got anything.
Actually, should we say what we're wearing first?
Oh yes, go on.
Go on then.
Go on then. So, fans of the show will know that I finished this. Was this last year? It would have been last year. So this is the Robina sweater by, now, is it Wenzel? I've got it down here. Oh, Anna Wenzel. Now, fun fact everyone, I don't know if anyone watches, here we go, I can't bother to get up, I'm sat down, but here we are, lovely. And I knitted it in Maniatoto wool that's no longer dying, unfortunately. So fun fact, and any of you watch Shetland, the crime show, BBC crime show, I was watching the latest series and someone was wearing this jumper.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
And so I immediately took a photo and sent it round to the Knitted Girls. But so I was very proud that, I recognised it. So so that's very cool. Yeah, so
beautiful. It's
a good day to, I don't know how I feel about the boat neck.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I love it.
Is it the comfort factor?
No, just because I tend to wear t-shirts underneath, and I just like, you see the t-shirt, and I'm not someone who wouldn't wear something under a jumper.
Oh yeah. I think it looks fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think I'd think twice about doing another boat neck. But yes. But it's a good. It's just so nice, like go to your wardrobe and go, oh, I made that.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Particularly when it's getting into that time of year where we can wear the knits. Yes. So yes, this is what I'm wearing.
I am wearing. What is this called? It's the shifted or shifting. Oh dear, I should have looked it up before we started. I think it's called Shifted. This is by Justina or Yestiva. Can't say her last name. That's fabulous, isn't it? I am such a good plug. I will put it on the screen as I'm talking right now.
So professional.
Yeah. And I made this. This was my lockdown knit, actually.
Yeah, such a beautiful colour.
So it's made out of Revive Designs, who was a dyer out of Christchurch, but I don't think she's dyeing anymore either. And I don't know what else to say about it. It's beautiful, love it.
Feels very autumnal.
It is very autumnal. It's perfect for today.
Perfect.
Perfect. I know that the designer had made one, and I think that's called the shifting sweater, and then with the same sort of pattern but a different cut. And then a few years later, she designed this one, which is a bit more boxy, or I don't know what that's called, set-in sleeve. I don't know. I'm just saying words, but a different type of construction to the other one.
Such a lot of work with those cables.
It actually wasn't that hard.
No,
it was just one of those, and it was from the bottom up too, which was joyful because they had to cast on so much before, But anyway, that's all good. It was something to do during lockdown.
Yeah. So. Cool.
So that's what we're wearing.
Nice. I don't have anything finished.
I do.
Oh!
Bum, 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 bum. So, surprise.
Let a spotted socker.
I don't know what that is.
No, I just mean it's like a sock. I just want to come up with a different word for a sock. I don't know. I'm trying to be funny.
Okay,
sorry.
that's good. Oh, right. Oh, yes. Okay. Anyway, it's a sock.
It's a sock.
It's a pair of socks even. This is just a rib pattern that I made up myself, and it's a cuff down, heel flap and gusset, and a star toe construction. And this is yarn. This yarn is Vintage Pearls, and it's her Tramp base, which is a biodegradable sock yarn, or the nylon component of the yarn is biodegradable. And I can't remember the name of
I love the colour.
Yeah, same.
Oh, so, yeah.
Stoked. Oh, she's stoked.
It looks like such a professional sock. Like this is when you think of a sock, this is a professional sock. Look at that rib, everyone.
Oh, don't look at that little dog fur.
Let's come out there. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. So there we go. That's a finished object.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. What are you working on?
Okay. So I think last podcast we talked about, I was thinking of making a vest. And we talked about some different, so I'm going to move my position. We talked about different vest designs out there. So did I show the yarn I was going to use? No, I don't think I did.
I
don't think I decided. So, bought this, would have been a couple of years ago, wouldn't it? So when Outlaw Yarn were having a bit of a sale up, so this is the Bandit. So I bought like a bag.
That's beautiful.
So there was like, I don't know, how many, it's 50 gram balls. So I think there was about, I don't know, maybe 12. So not quite enough for a jumper for me. So I was looking for patterns, and Vanessa said look at petite knits. So I did, because she is wise. And so I've started on, I'll show you and then I'll tell you what it's called. I'll put it all tangled up with something else.
Oh dear.
We're all right, we're okay.
We're okay. That's okay.
So it doesn't look, it's all a bit curled up, but anyway. However. So it's buttoned at the front, so it will be buttoned. So at the minute I'm now just zooming along. So you kind of, you do lots, I can't even remember, you do lots of like putting things on hold and then picking up and then going and then putting things on hold, and yeah, so it's actually quite interesting. So it'll eventually look like, this happens to be in green.
Did you do that on purpose?
Did I? It's called the Maggie Vest, by Petite Knit. So
it was smooth.
That was good, wasn't it? There we go.
Excellent.
So it'll have some button band, and look, this is the lady. She looks lovely, but she hasn't got anything underneath. I will wear something underneath it. Yes. So interesting in that you've got the buttons down the front, so it's not just. So I'll pick up, I imagine, for the rib. So I'm just on the middle part. So yeah, so it's an enjoyable knit because there's lots of interesting bits to do. So it's keeping my interest.
But it's also knitting up really quick. So
yeah, it is. Awesome. Yeah, and it's a nice colour. So all of the pluses. So that is.
Do you want to talk quickly about what app you just used there?
Yeah. So I use the Knitting Companion, and I actually pay the subscription.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. Which is about $30 a year. Yeah, so you can, I don't know the difference between that and the free one really, but you can, it's basically where I use all my patterns from. So it stores my patterns. I can get them from Ravelry, or if I save them onto my phone, and then I can just zoom them into the folder. I could also, if I had enough room in my Dropbox, which I don't, I could also drag them from there. So, and you can just have them saved there, or you could have them actually in projects that you're actually working on. And then when you're in, you can okay, on something I'm working on at the moment. You can I actually am using, you can put what, you can count your rows, you can say where, because in here I'm kind of got my rows I'm doing down here and like what have you. So, and you've got a yellow like highlighter, so you could have that a lot across where you're starting your row from, or you can write on it. And yeah, so I've done that in my sock pattern. I've written on it for men's socks, so I remember what to do for men. So yeah, so that's where I.
And you don't have to have your Ravelry open.
No.
Like you can have it so you can like be offline and stuff with it. Yeah, I use Knit Companion too. Yeah, it's a handy one. I don't pay the subscription, but just the free version is fine for what I need.
Yeah.
So there you go. Just a little bit of a tips and tricks. Yeah. Be interesting to hear if anybody else knows of any other apps that they use for their knitting patterns. Anyway, sorry.
No, it's okay. And so this also will, my next pattern will come into acquisitions, but in terms of the yarn I'm using. And so this is from 45 Fibre. I got went to Vintage Pearls or Morag, and I'm making the Miss Money Bags, which is a little purse pattern. So so you get 3 different grids, and you can even make your own up.
Cute.
So I'm making this for a friend. So I'm actually doing, I don't know if you can see, I'm making that one at the moment, not the exact colours. So I've just done the base, so it's in the round. You also have to do some steeking, which is a little bit nerve-wracking.
Really exciting.
So it's like a knobbly, a moss pattern. There is a name for it, but I can't remember what it's called. So then you go zoom, 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 and then you must have to do some steeking. It's actually quite complex. Well, like a bit of work.
So you'd be sort of in the round. Well, you are.
Yeah, you're in the round, and then you get like a the actual clasp. You have to sew the clasp in, and then you've got to put the lining in and then the clasp in. So it's a bit more work than I thought, but that's okay.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
Yeah.
So I've actually been like not a huge fan of doing the bottom bit, but and I ended up having to, I frogged it and then started again, but I've done it right now, so it looks better. Yeah, so I enjoy colour work, and I don't imagine that would take too long. So the colours I'm doing, so it's this, and I'm doing the flower one, so this and this.
That's
so it'd
pretty.
be nice. It's for my friend, and then if I might not do it straight after, but I'm hoping to do another one for a present and one for me. But we'll see how my enthusiasm goes. I imagine it might wane. But yeah, so I'm enjoying it, and it's something different.
Yeah, that is real different. I was just thinking like, it's out of the usual, like, you know, socks or hats or, you know, that kind of thing.
And see, I'd spied it a while ago. Morag had it in her newsletters, and I thought, oh, that's quite cool. And then she had them made up on her stall, and I was like, yeah, I really want to have a go. So,
cool.
And bought the clasps were expensive to have the clasps there and everything. So, yeah. So nice to do something nice, also to like veer away from the traditionals and kind of show off what knitting can do.
Yeah.
And that it doesn't have to be in that pigeonhole. Or you just make. Oh, there's a.
Excuse me. Sorry.
That's your rooster.
That's my rooster.
Yeah, so that's cool.
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 Okay, well, I've got a few things to share that I am working on, and that rest is just going to keep going. So I'm really sorry if that's annoying. Right. Okay. So I wanted to bring all of my whips to lay them out on the table, so to speak. Oh man, that's annoying.
It's a bit like my brain. It's like, am I waking up? Because I can tell you, it's not first thing in the morning.
No, it's not. It's like the afternoon, but he's like 45 minutes away from getting fed. But this is what he does. He like when they're all ready to eat, he starts to crow to remind me that they exist. So then I have to go out and feed them. However, yeah, like I say, he's 45 minutes off. So like, keep dreaming, mate. But I potentially might go and feed him soon anyway, because that will get really old really quick. Anyway, I'll just see how we go. So I wanted to bring all of my whips to lay them out on the table, to share with everyone, to keep me accountable so that I actually finish something, and not just keep starting more and more projects, because I'm fed up. I'm fed up. And so I thought maybe this would be a way of getting them done. So I'm going to accountability.
All about
That's right. It's all, yeah. I'm going to go feed them. And I'm done. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, and I'm back. Rightio. Chickens are fed. Roosters are fed. So hopefully no more interruptions.
No.
Right, first things first. Here is the sock that I am working on currently. This is just a Broadway yarns. Yarn. So I'm not going to show you, because this is another acquisition, but that's like that's not the name of, oh dear, words. That's not the name of the colourway that I'm knitting. And yeah, it's just a good old stock standard sock yarn, and it is, I'm knitting that up for Jack, the youngest, who chose that yarn for his.
I was going to say, it feels like quite camouflage.
Yes, I think he did a really good job choosing that colour. Righty-ho, so next work in progress, which I just want to get done so I can wear, because it's
perfect weather.
You know, that's right.
Oh, it's such a perfect way of yarn.
I don't know if I've done any more since I last showed it.
Oh.
But I've just got the back to do, you know, like I think I'm going to split now to do the shouldery parts, and then I'm done. Well, I'm just going to do the things. Little bit of rib, but that's going to be easy peasy.
Oh, get that done, love.
So that is the Diamond Twill vest, which is this. And this is out of the 52 Weeks of Easy Knits book by Lane, however you say that. Made out of Maniatoto yarn.
So lovely.
It is lovely. I think my next project is also about her too. So yes, I'm going to get that done, because that shouldn't take, like, I could have done that like 10 times over. I don't know why I have been mucking about. It does require a little bit of brain power because of that all over pattern, which I sometimes don't have, so blah blah blah. But I'm going to get that done before we next podcast. Right, this is what I'm saying. The next thing, actually, I'll show the smaller, or the thing that this is ridiculous. So I found this the other day. I completely forgot that it existed. And now that vests are really a real thing, I'm going to do this. So this is what is this? The Lucy Vella? The Lucy something. And it's actually a 3/4 sleeve. It should have a 3/4 sleeve. I'm not sure if I've talked about this before.
I don't know. I've seen it. That's why I'm kind of...
Yeah. And
look
that's
at
the
that.
back. Yeah. So this pattern came out.
Oh, you've got to get all these things finished.
I know. All I need to do is put
Oh dear. All you have to do, dear.
Oh, that's all I have to do.
Oh,
Okay,
dear.
backtracking.
Backtracking.
So what I like to say pattern it's from a Kiwi designer, Holly. Oh, love it. I'm so good at this. Holly something designs. Holly Berry. Boom. Holly Berry designs. I think she was a local, like a Southland.
Local.
Maybe I'm lying. Anyway, I know she's from New Zealand, and she had a lot of yarn and patterns out about sort of 10ish years ago. But I think she's moved away from pattern designing and whatnot now. Anyway, I dyed up this yarn myself.
Oh, did you?
I did.
Colour bunny.
Well, I was actually going for like a way deeper red, but it didn't come out that way. But I was still happy enough with this colour.
Oh, that's nice.
And this is...
It's more red than it looks on the screen.
Right, yes. Yeah, it's more red rather than orange. Yeah. But I dyed up an amount and then didn't write down the pattern. I mean the recipe. Who does that? And then so it's Polworth. God, I can't say that word. Yeah, Polworth. And then dyed the rest of that undyed yarn that I had a different colour. And then I knitted this all up and I've got like maybe, I don't know, 50 grams left. So not enough to do 2 sleeves. So I ummed and ahed, and I did knit down the sleeves a little bit. I broke up the yarn that I had left and did a bit on either side. At that stage, I didn't really like vests. I didn't want to have a vest.
Vest.
Everyone could just keep saying, "Oh, just put some rib on the sleeves and just wear it as a vest." But I wasn't really into that.
No, I don't want to.
No, I don't want to. So I just sat like 4 years. I'm talking like probably 4 or so years.
More.
Probably more. And every now and then I remember about it and pull it out and go, oh yeah, I should do something with that. I tried to dye some more, but the yarn wasn't quite the same, and then the colour wasn't quite the same, blah, 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 blah. But now I'm totally into vests, and I have way enough to make, because all I'd need is about that much of a rib.
For sure.
So I'm going to get that done as well, before the next podcast.
Oh, wow. Look, you are laying down the gauntlet.
Yep, that's right. Boom. Laying down the gauntlet. Now, this next one, I don't know if I will get it. Project number 4. So, I find this quite funny. I just thought about this the other day. So, anyway, I'll hold it up first. So, it's, ta-da! If you may remember, 2 podcasts ago, in this very room, I had finished the big grey sweater, but then decided it was way too big and ridiculous, so I ripped it back. Ridiculous. And now I am making Stockholm sweater from Petite Knits. Yeah. So this yarn is, the fingering weight is Money and Toto yarns. No longer dies. And then the floof is some mohair from Monique Dillon yarns, who I picked up her beautiful floof from the open day in Gore that Creative Fibre
She was
had.
at 45.
Nice, yeah. So she's a Southland local, isn't she? Yeah.
She is, yeah.
So I remembered this the other day, that this is the 3rd iteration that I have knitted with the fingering weight yarn. So about, I would say, over a year ago, I started making the Weekender sweater from Maori, and I had, because that starts from the bottom up, and I had it up to the armpits, and then decided, don't know if that's really what I want, so I ripped it back down. Then I created the big grey jumper that was the stripes from Maori, but wasn't striped, and ripped that all the way back. So now, 3rd time lucky.
3rd time a charm.
3rd time's a charm. So I don't know. Well, yeah, I reckon I can get that done as well. Yeah.
Don't set yourself too high.
No, I'm gonna do it. What could go wrong? I'm going to get all of those finished by the time we podcast again. I will definitely get the vests done.
And we're going to podcast in June.
Well, we will. That's fine.
Okay.
That's weeks.
It's fine. It's really fine.
Me who had no mojo last time.
Yeah, I'm getting going.
Now I'm like, I'm going to know all the things.
But isn't that great thing about like wool and yarn in that that is sustainable and then we can like reuse and repurpose. So
absolutely,
such a great material and commodity. May one even say.
That's right.
Also, just remembered that with 45 Fibre had a couple of recognitions. And I wanted to say a bit of a shout out to I can't remember her name.
We're so good at this.
Oh, we're so terrible.
You can totally tell that we do.
I got told they quite like our style. So Miss Muffet Knits, hello.
Yay!
I can't remember your proper name, but I know you. But
her proper name.
But I have bought something from you, so I'll be showing that. But also a nice lady came and said hello to me and said, "Oh, I watched the podcast," and I didn't write her name down. But I do remember she lives in Lawrence. And she's moved. So you know who you are.
Shout out to you.
I can't remember. You had a nice name. It wasn't a rubbish name, I didn't think. So
not a rubbish name.
And you said hello, and I loved it, and I do like it when I do feel like a little teeny bit famous, and it's cute. So hello to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we've got a few new subscribers as well, so hello to you too.
Hello.
Okay, so acquisitions. Okay. Well, first I'm going to show you something that's not technically knitting, but it has been today and it may be knitting-y. Then I'll talk about, I need to talk about that. But anyway, don't have to take everything out. I bought this.
Okay.
So
great. I mean, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. And I'm showing this because I'm helping the ladies of Borneo.
Yeah.
Because it's been woven by ladies of Borneo. And today the cat, Benny the cat, put his head in here. And then he was like sitting like with this around his neck. And then I was like, ladies of Borneo made you that, Benny. What's your plan?
Where did you get it from?
I got it from the pharmacy. Yeah, I saw it. I was in there when I was working, and then I might come back and get that, and then I did. So
perfect.
Yeah,
it's a great yarn.
Yeah,
bag yarn.
And it could be a shopping bag, and so I brought my yarn in today, so I'm showing this. Anyway, so back to business. So a nice lady from Bellbird Yarn, so Karen Kingsbury.
A nice lady.
All
right.
Yeah, from Gore, who was selling some lovely items. She had some fibre. She was spinning when she I think she had an electric spinner thing. She had candles, and I know, and I'm pretty sure Hannah bought a candle from her, and Rachel won a raffle and had one of her candles in. And she had these beautiful possum pom-poms, which are $20, and she said, "Here you are, talk about this on your podcast." And she recognised me by my voice, my beautiful dulcet tones. So why do I recognise you? I do have a podcast. Yes, so it was very, and I have some footage of her. So
we might be able to put it in now.
Yeah, she's the lady who's spinning, so I'll be able to show you. Yeah. So she's that, and she was very lovely. And yes, so go check her out. Check her out. She has looks like she's got a website. So bellbirdnewzealand.com. Karen Kingsbury. I'm classing this as our first sponsorship. So
this podcast is
sponsored by Karen Kingsbury. Thank you very much, Karen. Yes. So there you go. And what else did I buy? I hear you say.
What else did you buy?
Oh, thank you for asking. So, these I've balled these up, which you will have noticed because you've got eyes. But
do you need me to?
Yeah. So these are the other colours I got from Vintage Pearls. So it's in the
Tanner Hill,
which is just beautiful.
It is beautiful.
So these are 4-ply. So these are intended for the purse. We'll see. So I was going to go that and then that.
Oh yes. Yes.
Just,
cool.
Yes. So they, I bought those. That was lovely.
So I love the feeling.
Yeah, I really like it. Yeah, it's quite quite firm but soft at the same time. So I also got something else from you got something from Miss Muffet Knits, but you'll show that later.
I'll show you, yeah.
And I got something, but it's a present for someone. So and I got these cute earrings, which are little cats and got little knittings on.
Very cute.
Very cute. So I'm doing a bad job at this. You can be my model.
Where is the?
Just beautiful range. Each time it's got more and more things.
I don't know if I'm doing much better. I love how she puts the knitting or the the pattern, the textures. That's the word.
Yeah, she has some beautiful buttons and shawl pins and things. So it was lovely to see her. She was our first fan who recognised us out and about when we were at
up in Christchurch.
Yes. So
viewer.
Yeah. Viewer. So also these other fibre I bought from 45. So I got this cool little ditty, which is a neon.
I love those pops.
Called Clayton Neon Neps. So it's merino 4-ply fingering from Dreamfire Artisan Yarn. So you've bought me presents from there before, which I really enjoyed. So
I feel like we're going to do with this. I hope it's showing up properly. But,
there's got cool kind of neon-y bits. I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but I liked it.
Yeah, it's cool.
And then I got this beautiful little sparkly number from Dye Studio 54.
Yes. Oh, so yes.
It's a sparkle
got the Selena.
Yeah, lovely. So this is called Aura, yeah. And it's a sparkle sock, so it's 70% superwash, 20% nylon, 10% silver stellina. So yeah, very my colours.
That is gorgeous.
Yeah, so really like that. And then one last thing.
But wait, there's more.
There's more. Not from not from 45. So I had a birthday in April, and lovely Jim, the husband, bought me a voucher for Fettle Fibres in the UK, where he bought my knitting bags from last year. And so I used it to buy myself another knitting bag, much to his I thought you've got a knitting bag.
You can never have enough.
More than one knitting bag there. So I'm just going to show you how it I'll actually button it up then. Alright, bear with.
Oh, bear
with. Here we go. So here we are.
Beautiful.
Just canvas.
That is so cool.
You can change, depending on your project, you can change the button length, so you could have it a bigger or smaller girth. That would be then.
And what's on the inside? How does it?
So it's just the same, but you could roll it. People roll it down. You can roll it open. So I think people sometimes roll it open, so it's a bit like a bucket, and you can have your yarn coming out of it. So it's quite pliable. Can't see me doing this. It would be no good on a shopping tunnel, would I do? Like that.
And is there pockets on the inside?
No pocket. Oh no, there is. No, I lie. No, I'd lie. There's lots of pockets. I never really noticed those. Yes, there is.
Cool.
Yeah. So from last time, I haven't bought anything. Bought all the things.
She's got all the things.
All the things.
Which is fabulous.
This is me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I have a couple of little acquisitions. First of all, just some more of the Broadway yarn. So the same people who put out the sock or the yarn for the socks that I'm making right now. I just picked this up from Mary at Wool World, which is our local yarn shop in town in Invercargill. And this was what my eldest son picked for his socks.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah. So, and then lovely Sue purchased for me a little present from, sorry, a terrible French accent. Don't know why that came out. From your time in 45 degree fibre. So one of them was this
I also got one of those. I forgot to bring it.
What do you call these things? Pin, yeah. And then also a cute, I don't know how to do this, cute little stitch marker from Miss Muffet, which I absolutely love this. It's so pretty. So thank you very much, Sue. That's awesome.
Oh, you bought me some yarn as well, didn't you? Oh, no, you didn't buy me yarn for my birthday. No, you bought me earrings.
I did buy you earrings.
And a cap.
I bought her earrings that she already had, which I did not realise. So isn't that awesome? So just in case she breaks any of them, you've got
and they do break, so that's fine. We've got a backup.
Back up. Okay, well that's my positions.
Cool. I'm gonna have to move position my back. So
Okay.
Do
you want to jiggle around now?
I'm just gonna jiggle now.
One moment, please.
Jiggle around.
What have we got left to talk about?
I think just
got this.
Yeah, that I think.
Yeah, I am.
Ooh,
All right.
I'm a bit high. I'll scooch down. Oh yeah.
It gives dynamic to the
viewing interest. I'll just like.
I just realised we're completely askew. We're not level. Oh dear. Here we go. Okay.
So shall we just do? Oh yeah. Should probably say about our prize winner as well.
Okay.
So our prize winner,
Linda Goldstone.
Yes, she
from like last year, really.
Yes, and won our merch. And she saw her shout out on last time's podcast, and so I sent that away. So she received her exclusive. There's only 3 in the country.
In the world.
Yarns from the South tote bag. And also some sock yarn.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that's cool. That has gotten out to Linda, and yes, and if I remember rightly, you'd had a pretty rubbish week, Linda, and so managed to pick up, like it was a good pick-me-up. Yeah. Awesome.
Okay, ready? Reading corner.
Reading corner.
Reading corner. Reading corner. What have you been reading, Vanessa?
Wow, thanks for asking, Sue.
You're welcome.
So, I think I spoke about this last time, this book.
Yes, you did.
Tomorrow, Gabrielle Zevin. I was halfway through reading it last time, and I have since finished it, and it is amazing.
Cool.
I think I spoke in length about it last time, so I won't go into it this time, but just to say, yes, perfect, really good book, fully recommend.
Nice.
I don't do out of 5s reviews because, but it's a good book, definitely worthwhile reading.
Nice.
Next book that I finished was this hefty tome, Kawai, and it's what do you call it? A trilogy. So it's the first one of a trilogy. So for such times as this, written by Monty Suter. So this book, I've got a lot to say about this book. Do I have a lot? I don't know. I've got a lot of feelings about this book.
Wow.
So this is a fiction, but it's written. Monty Suter is a historian, so he has written a lot of non-fiction books about certain aspects of New Zealand's history. New Zealand, Aotearoa. And so he is used to writing, quite dry and very in-depth stuff. So this was his first foray into fictional. Foray. And so it is written written in the time of pre-colonial, Maori life. And so, it's really good. I would fully recommend everyone read it. However, it is very dry. Like, he is definitely a historian. And so I've even heard him say in some interviews after he finished the book that it took him like half a book to really get the flow of writing something fictional, and that everything didn't have to be completely and utterly, true and accurate. Yeah. So it's got heaps of information, and but the actual storyline and the flow of it is pretty hard at times. Like, it's not like you don't sort of sink into it and get carried away by the story. It's more like, oh wow, that's really interesting about how they used to live. So yeah, definitely worth a read, but just knowing that you're not gonna it's not the characters that you are reading about that you will fall in love with. To be fair, it's pretty confronting too. There's a lot of trigger warnings, so watch out before you read it. A lot of like, I mean, you know, it's pretty brutal at times, but it's like, just like Game of Thrones or the Viking series and stuff like that. You know, it was pretty brutal in many cultures back in the day. So anyway, those are the two that I have finished, and now I am reading the second book in the Kawai series. I don't think the third one has been put out yet, and this one's just come out potentially just at the start of this year, I think. Yeah. So this one we follow the storyline of like, when is it? Like the mid 18th century. There we go. And so before any non-Māori have really landed in New Zealand, in Aotearoa, and then this one is set in 1818. So like we're looking at like the granddaughter, I think, of the people that were involved in this one. So
cool.
Yeah, very cool. And I've only just sort of started it, like literally just a few pages in. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see whether his development as a fictional writer, where that goes. So that's the book that I'm eyeball reading. And then, I had a terrible time, I tell you, because my library apps, the Libby app and the BorrowBox app, did some sort of update and kicked me out. And for like, I know. And so for rude, for quite some time, I couldn't get back into them. I was like bereft. I had nothing to listen to when I was doing my dishes and whatnot. Anyway, it's all back on track, and I'm currently listening to The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Ardern, and I've only just sort of started it, and so far I'm loving it. It's set in not medieval, maybe medieval times, Rus, you know, like Russian sort of, and
Russia.
Yeah, and it's I'm quite loving it. Yeah. Now, I'm just gonna talk about what I've been watching, because when I went through this time of no audiobooks to read, I then suddenly completely got sucked into YouTube again, and
there's a guilty pleasure coming up.
Somehow I became completely obsessed with watching YouTube channels where people have gone into the wilds and built log cabins. Like to the point where I was just binging these things. Got completely like I'm so invested in what this guy James is doing over in Canada. Like, I cannot wait for his updates. Has he finished the roof yet? He's now currently looking at buying another piece of land in the middle of nowhere, Canada, and restarting again. So yeah, really excited to see what he's not updated in a couple of weeks, because he's doing his due diligence on this other piece of land. So really, I cannot wait to find out.
Have you been commenting?
Of course, I always comment. Go for it, James. It's so exciting, all of this stuff. And then somehow, through watching him, I then branched out into people who are doing up old cottages in Ireland. And so I'm following two channels there. One of them's called the Irish Homestead, and the other one's called the Irish Off-Grid Homestead, or something like that. And so yeah, two families, from England. They both sold up their lives, packed up the kids, bought a camper van, ticketed around Europe for a while, and then decided to buy an old derelict cottage in Ireland and do them up. They both, I don't think they actually are anywhere near each other, but somehow my algo, however you say that word, of YouTube made me find them. And now I'm fully like, I need to know what's happening. every day. So that's what I've been watching on YouTube. Plus, also, of course, Ellie from Little Drops of Wonderful is doing May vlogs.
Yeah.
So I've been watching her as well.
Yeah. I've been watching her a wee bit. Yeah.
Well, I am done with my big, long rant about books and things. What have you been watching / reading?
Reading, not a lot really. I've just been, you got me onto them, doing some Midsummer Murder audiobooks.
Oh, yes. What do you think?
Yeah, I can't say I think I'm just listening to them to fall asleep. I don't think I'm really, because I'm a huge Midsummer Murder fan. And so I actually the actual series. So the last two I've actually listened in order, and certainly the second one I know exactly what happened. Yeah. Like I know, like I can think of the characters, like they're talking about stuff. So yeah, it annoys me that the sergeant is more. His voice is more like a different sergeant in a later series. He doesn't. He's not the Troy that I know. But that's okay. Yeah. So they're nice, but I'm not really totally like invested listening. And I haven't really got a good podcast at the moment that is really sinking. I love a good podcast, and I haven't really got anything at the moment. So. That's a bit frustrating, so I need to find one. And watching DCI Banks, which is on Neon, which is I think it's a BBC ITV, British anyway. It's a good, Jim and I always refer to them being a good British gritty drama.
Gritty.
And there's 5 series, so I love that. And we are just on series 5 now, so like the first series is pretty gruesome, but it levels off a bit, and also it ends up being in Yorkshire. Like they actually start talking about Yorkshire more from series 2, so we've actually enjoyed those. But I just love like knowing what we're also going to watch. Also, I think I may have mentioned Matlock. Quite enjoy that. Like that's also, I feel that's a bit of a guilty pleasure, but it's got Kathy Bates in it.
Is it a American one?
Yeah, it's American, and I'm having to watch it episode a week.
Did they do a Matlock back in like the 70s, 80s, and is this a revived one?
No, it's nothing to do. The only similarity is that it's based in a law firm. Okay, and she's taken that name. So she's like in her 70s or about to turn 70. She used to be a lawyer, and she's kind of gone kind of undercover into this massive law firm in America, and kind of bumbled in like pretending that she's skint and she's looking after her grandson and she needs to work again, when really she's actually wealthy, and she's there because she suspects that law company had something to do with opioids not being taken off the market as soon as they should have been, and leading to her daughter overdosing and dying, and she's actually looking after the grandson. But amongst all this, like, she's got really pally with everyone likes her now, she's actually working really hard, but meanwhile, like her husband and the grandson, she's got another agenda. It's actually, Jim hates it, but I really like it, and other people I've spoken to, like women have also enjoyed it too. So it's my little bit of guilty pleasure. Like it's actually it's coming to the end, so it's just been done really well. Cool. So and good bit of like, I love a bit of switch off your brain telly. I feel using a lot of that all day. Absolutely. So that's my main. That's my main things. That's probably it.
Well, I just wanted to do a quick shout out to my workmates. Hi guys. I wonder if you're watching. I hope you're watching, and hope you've enjoyed. And I just wanted to explain about this amazing little challenge that they've got going at work. So for the last few months-ish, I don't know who makes these things up. I think it's just randoms, Oh, let's do this, let's do this. And so there's been a baking challenge, a bake-off, and that was like early in the year. And then they had an Easter challenge where you had to make your best hot cross buns, and also a bit of Easter egg decorating. And then somebody, well, actually a couple of them, came up with an amazing idea of having a knitting challenge, a knit off. So what the challenge is to make 4 what I like to call squares. Granny squares. Well, yes. And they have to be like about 15 centimetres by 15 centimetres, and all using double knit yarn, DK yarn. What's that? 8-ply. There we go. And you can do any colours, you can do any design work on it. It could be colour work, it could be, different textures, whatever. They've asked me to be the judge.
That's so cool.
Which is really cool. And so what will happen, and they've also asked me to be able to sew it up at the end, and then they're going to raffle off the actual blanket, and the prize winnings will go to a charity of the person who wins its choice. So I thought that was really, really cool. Yeah, and I'm excited I've already had my first, what is that called? Not incognito, but they've dropped it off, anonymous drop off of 4 beautiful squares. So nice. I'm excited to see. And so people who don't even knit have decided that they're going to learn how to do this.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and there's even a crocheter. I know that there's somebody who's crocheting and who has never crocheted before, but she's like, I'll just give it a go. Which is exactly how it should be. People should not be scared of these things and just give it a go. So I'm super excited. Hopefully I might be able to get some footage of it. So when the blanket's actually complete, I've already asked our wonderful friend Leslie, thank you Leslie, to help me crochet it up or somehow put it together. So we might be able to get some footage before it gets raffled off. Yeah. But that, I think, the Wednesday after King's birthday weekend is when it all has to be finished. So
nice.
Yeah, maybe the next podcast you'll see it. So.
Cool project to be involved in.
Yeah. And it was beautiful. The first week or so after the challenge went out, all I could hear around the office was oh yeah, and what ply and and what and all the stitch patterns and so all of the talk was about my craft. Our craft. So yeah, it was really cool.
That's so cool.
Bucket filling. Yeah.
That's nice.
Right. I think that's us done.
Yep.
So you should potentially see some footage from Sue's excellent adventure over in Gore, or maybe it will be its own little thing, but we shall see. Thanks for watching. Yeah, do comment and tell us just what you're doing, what you're up to, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, we read all your comments, and I do comment on everyone. So remember to like and subscribe, press the notification bell, and share any friends. So yes, please. All right.
Cool. Okay.
Cookie.
Bye.